Welcome. In this video I'm going to be fixing up this old respirator. This is an AO Safety respirator. AO Safety was bought by 3M, so it's kind of outdated, and I don't have any new filters on it, but it's probably going to be better than nothing. And I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm just kind of documenting what I'm doing. If you have any tips, you can leave them in the description. So what I have here, I guess you'd call it probably the particulate filter. So this is like a pleated paper filter. And then I have the chemical cartridge for organic vapors here. And these, I imagine, are probably super good, but in an emergency, better than nothing. So these just unscrew here. And then the mask itself, these straps are looking pretty bad. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I ordered this black strap. This is a, looks like 69 polyester, 31% rubber strap. It looks about the same as what's on there. A little different. I'll put a link in the description of this, and if you use that link to buy some, it helps me out a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So this strap here, it's stretchy here, but then you get back where it turned brown. I'm not sure exactly what caused that. I don't know the chemical reaction, but it's pretty gross. So I'm going to replace it. And then we have the head strap there. To make sure I put this on the correct way, I'm just going to put a T here on the outside and a B here for top and bottom. So these are sewn here. So I don't know that I'm going to sew these. I'll probably either glue them or I'll use a zip tie to hold them on. So now we have kind of the core. Imagine this thing will pop off here. There we go. See if this comes off. Not quite sure how to take that off, so I'm just going to clean it like this. So now I'm going to take this over to my sink and I'll clean these. Okay, so now I'm over at my laundry sink. It's kind of a stainless steel commercial sink. If you're ever looking for a laundry sink that's nice, you know, I went on Craigslist and found this pretty cheap, and it should last forever. So I've got a couple different cleaners. I've got Super Clean, I've got Simple Green, I've got hand soap, and I've got this Gojo hand cleaner. So you have to be careful about mixing up different cleaners. There could be chemical reactions, especially bleach. You don't want to mix bleach with anything. But I'll probably start with maybe probably some Simple Green on this. So I have a little toothbrush here that I can scrub it with. So it has these little cavities in here, so what I want to do is I'm going to spray a bunch in here. I'll just let that circulate around to clean inside there. I want it to get on the seals of these too, so I'll lift that up. Actually, I'll just come in here and spray down in each one of those. Okay, so I've scrubbed that down. Now I'm going to rinse it off with some warm water. Okay, so I think that's about as clean as I'm going to get it. So if it's really grungy and grimy, Super Clean works well, but it might damage the rubber. I'm not real sure. So I'm cleaning this in case I need it for like an emergency situation. Like I said, this is old. This is well over 10 years old, and I don't have any new filters for it. So, you know, this isn't like OSHA approved, you know, face mask cleaning or anything. But if I did need to sanitize this, I'd probably get a solution of bleach and mix it according to the bottle of bleach and then soak this in it. Of course, if I was using anything ammonia based or anything dangerous, I would let this completely dry first and make sure there's no chemical residuals on here before I put it in the bleach for a disinfectant. And you probably have to put it in there for 20 minutes or something, I don't know. But this was sticking here when I'm blowing out. You had to give it quite a bit of force to get that valve to open. So I don't know if this will fix that. After it dries, I'll know for sure. Okay, so I'm going to head back to my workbench so I can put this back together. Okay, I have this cleaned off so I can start putting it back together, so I'll clip this back on the front. Now I have the rear strap. I'll match that up with the new strap and I'll cut that to length. Looks like the new strap is slightly wider, but I'm sure I can get it to work. So later I may take a heat torch or something, or a lighter or a heat gun, and just singe the ends here so they don't unravel. You can also put a little glue on there. So I'll put these back through. Okay. So when I put these through, you can see from this angle it's coming on the inside, going over this, and on the outside, because the force on it will be like this, and then these little teeth will grab it so it doesn't slip back in. And then you can pull on this to adjust it, normally. You may have to push both sides up here and pull it through on the inside, like so, and then cinch it down on the outside. Now I have to fix this, so I'm going to do one side at a time so I don't mess it up. I'll just cut the elastic. I'll get a piece that length. I'm going to cut two this length. Okay, so I cut these just a slight bit longer. I'm going to make sure they overlap the same. I don't know if it matters, but... Okay, so I've got a zip tie here. What I'm going to do is make a loop with the zip tie. And I shouldn't need a whole lot here, so... do it about like that. And now I'll tighten the zip tie down. I'll use some pliers and make it a little easier to tighten. Okay. Then I've got these flush trim pliers, or cutters, and I'll cut that so it doesn't snag on anything, and now I'll do the other side. I didn't clean this strap. It doesn't seem super dirty, so... Okay, so now I'll feed these through like I did the other ones. Okay, so before I put these on, I'm going to pull all of these forward, make some loops so I can easily adjust this. I'll put these particulate filters on, And of course you could stick that up to like a shop vac and suck the dust out of that. Okay, now I'll switch the camera around and I'll put it on. I'm using my front facing camera, it's not very good. So I'm going to put this on now. This strap's probably way longer than it needs to be. So I've got it on. I'm probably very hard to hear right now. Let me pull this out. So I've got it on, I've tightened it down. And what you want to do is you want to suck in while closing these off with your hands. And that should suck it to your face. Now I have a beard, so if I really wanted to use this, I really need to shave so I can get a good seal against my face. And then when you blow out, it should come out in this part. So. Okay, so that's all there. So like I said, I'm not a professional. Hopefully no one shows this in their OSHA training course. Hopefully they don't show it as a bad example or a good example. Looks like there's still a little grime there on the outside. Looks like some sawdust. Not a big deal though. But you know, in an emergency, this is better than nothing. So if I needed to go somewhere, I'd probably put these filters on, and then I'd need to shave or just take my chances with it. So if there's like say viruses in the air, there's a chance it lands on the outside of the respirator or it gets caught in here before it gets to your lungs. It's better than just being in the open air. You know, if you need it for some kind of like OSHA application, you're going to want a new one with the proper new filters, and you would typically, I think, get trained to put this on properly so you know it's sealed. So, but I just want to share my experience with this. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and drop them below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.